The following podcast has been rated Listener MA. It contains strong language, violence, adult situations, nudity. Listener discretion is advised.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Laughing on the Sidelines podcast. I'm your host. My name is Scotty Gurman.
I'm at the wrong fucking place.
I'm your host, Scotty Gurman. Alongside me, I have two stand-up comedians. First, to my left, the 1984 Kingman County T-Ball Defensive Player of the Year award winner, Mr. Jeremy Joseph.
Good evening, Scotty Cheese.
And also the wreck himself, Mr. Derek Alders.
Top of the morning to you. Happy St. Patty's Day, Cottage Cheese.
That's right. It is St. Patrick's Day for us here. So if this is, first of all, thank you if this is your first time listening to us. Also, if you've been a long-time listener, this is actually the very first episode of Laughing on the Sidelines.
I thought when we changed the name, we were going to get rid of you.
No.
Fuck.
My bad.
Jeremy, we should start the Unfiltered Sportscast.
Jesus, that's a good idea.
Just the two of us.
Fuck yeah.
That would be
Just
a great
whatever
idea.
it takes to not have to come here.
Yeah.
Thanks,
and deal
guys.
with this.
These guys are such nice.
Fuck, he can hear us.
Yeah.
God damn it, now he knows we're going to...
Shit, Scotty, turn your mic down for about an hour.
Hey, Scotty, everything we just said, that's not going to...
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're totally joking.
Yeah, for sure. But this is...
Unfiltered perspective is what we're going to be.
That's an inside joke.
Yes.
Anyways, guys, if this is your first time listening, thank you very, very much for tuning in. This is basically a podcast related to the current events going on in sports, but this is a comedy podcast. And for so long, people had absolutely no idea that our Facebook page was related to a podcast. So I got so many people that we would share an episode or share something, and they just said, okay, Unfiltered Sportscast, that must be, just another Facebook page that's, unfiltered. You can say whatever you want. They obviously have foul mouths.
And there's casting, so it's all about fishing.
Exactly.
And broken bones.
It's a fishing podcast.
But now people know, and they just don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And so we kind of took it upon ourselves to think of a name that pretty much describes exactly what this show is. And it indeed is a comedy podcast where we laugh a lot and make a lot of inappropriate jokes about what's going on in sports. Mm-hmm. And stuff that has nothing to do with sports whatsoever. In fact, two comedians just make fun of me the entire episode, which is totally cool because I'm an easy target.
And your dumb fucking face, guys.
Yeah. See?
Yeah, mostly it's your stupid fucking face.
Example A. First one on... Laughing on the Sidelines. So we really enjoy the name. If you're watching us on YouTube and you see...
We tolerate it. You thought of it.
Yeah. And you see the Unfiltered Sportscast, artwork behind us and stuff like that. That is coming down. We will have a new banner coming
When did we get
soon.
that?
Yeah, I know, right?
Has that always been there?
It's been there for a long time.
Fuck me.
Yeah, I'll be darned. So
we're getting a new banner.
we are getting a new banner, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Is it going to have the new logo and everything?
It will have a new logo.
Good, because I know you were talking about putting a Nazi flag back there, and I did not like that idea. I think that might tune out some of our listeners.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't hate it, but at the same time, I kind of thought, now, okay, totally unrelated to anything me and Derek were talking about earlier.
Right.
What are you going to do with that one?
It actually just goes right on top of that one.
Maybe we could peel that off or something, because I'd hate for the build-up to get too much
It's all
there.
right.
And me and Derek could get rid of that for you when
sure.
we're not doing our podcast.
Right, exactly. You guys are so nice. Why am I even here? Anyways, so welcome in.
I've been asking that for over a year now.
You can watch this episode on YouTube. We are updated on YouTube now. It is the Laughing on the Sidelines. Yeah, he
Sure did.
Laughing on the Sidelines podcast. You can find us on YouTube, and then also on any podcast platform, whatever you're listening to us on now. But now it's Laughing on the Sidelines. So check us out. We really appreciate it, and start spreading the comedy podcast to everybody that you know. Yeah.
And, oh, by the way, I just found this out earlier today, folks. But joining us here in a little bit, we are going to have a special guest. Oprah Winfrey will be here. So we really look forward to that. She should be here any time now.
Yeah, for sure.
Sweet.
Yeah, not really.
What's that?
Not really. She's not
She
coming.
canceled?
Yeah, she canceled.
Well,
Good night, everybody.
yeah.
No Oprah, no show.
No Oprah, no show. Anyways, we do have
I was all
actually
prepared to look under my seat.
nice.
Fucked up.
My bad.
All that's under there, dildos.
Yeah, that's all that's under there.
Scotty's used dildos.
No, those are Derek's.
That were in his seat.
Anyways, so we're gonna nothing on this show is gonna change. All of the segments are gonna stay the same unless we create some new ones. But the whole show is gonna be exactly the same. So normally, like we always would do, we're gonna start with our own week recap. How did it go? How was the week, guys?
Fucking fantastic. This is a great week for me. I got my fucking bracket all filled out. I am so ready to go. Couple weeks for opening day. So it's a great time to be alive. I'm really looking forward to what's going on here. Other than that, let's see, this last week I went and joined you guys playing a little poker.
Yeah, we did.
That night on my way home, I established a brand new rule for society.
Yeah.
Here's the thing is, if you say work in the fast food industry, that does not make you beneath me. And just because I may be, say, 20, 25 years older than somebody, that does not make them beneath me. But if you work in the fast food industry and are 20 to 25 years younger than me, you are, just by law, beneath me. And you don't get to call me Bud. This little fuckstick at McDonald's. There you are, Bud. Fuck you. It's sir or nothing. Just don't say anything.
What about Chief? Scotty likes to be called Chief.
No,
bet
I
he
hate
does.
being called
Super
Chief.
Chief.
Yeah, fuck that. No, absolutely not. I hate being called
The
Chief.
Mahomes maniac over here.
Yeah, not me.
Scotty Gurman.
What the fuck is this?
Travis Kelce's #1 fan.
No. I do like
KC
that.
maniac. The KC Wolf right here.
I go out one time and get Super Bowl like clothes because I was pumped that the Chiefs won other than the 49ers, and that's how they get, I just keep picked on for that
Scotty,
forever.
by that
huh?
one time, you mean one continual time since the beginning of time.
I still have the hat up here too.
I know.
Yeah.
Derek put that up
Yeah,
there.
we put it there to piss you off.
Yeah.
Because it's fun. Let's see. So then, I didn't do much the rest of the week. Sunday, I got to do one of my favorite things that I haven't gotten to do in a long time. I got to go up to the gun range, shoot some guns.
Practice.
You bet. Fucking dolphin season coming up.
Fish in a barrel.
Oddly enough, you don't need a gun for that. Just a bucket of smelt and a brick. And
Or a stick. Just poke it right in a blowhole.
oh, sure. Yeah, but then you got to get leverage. If you knock it out, they're a lot easier to get on the boat. Let's see. What else did I do? Filled out my brackets. Let's see. I got Faber University beating Adams College this year
Nice.
in the finals.
I'll be darned.
That's who I'm going with in my bracket. Those are the colleges from Animal House and Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, those tri-lambs are tough.
Fuck yeah, they are. Not so much that chapter of them, but there are some that have a real good basketball team. Mm-hmm. Weren't they a black fraternity?
Yes.
Yeah.
Originally they were.
How about you, Derek?
Well, I also played poker.
Yeah.
And I got
You were there too.
I was there, yeah. And I didn't do so hot. Papa John's forgot that my house was an address as well. And then Saturday I got to go to amateur night.
For
St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, the bar.
oh, got it.
Yeah, grown adults almost causing fights, breaking stools, breaking glasses, and then at 1:45 in the morning, right when I'm getting ready to tab and kick everybody out, the power went out.
No kidding.
Yeah, so that was
That's
terrific.
the fucking luck of the Irish right
Oh,
there.
yes, it
Wow.
was. That is my kind of luck. And
So
then
let me get this straight. You can make your address disappear. You can turn bottles into cans. You can make the lights go out. You're a fucking warlock, dude.
oh yeah.
That should be his new name. It's not the Wreck anymore. It's the Warlock.
The Warlock.
Yeah,
Derek
all
called it.
right,
I like
that's it.
that.
I like that too.
And then of course we've had all this going on with the virus thing. So now it's kind of wondering, whose jobs is my job up in the air as a bartender, and
Yeah.
I mean, we'd be able to make it a couple months, but I've also found out that after that, the cost of me sucking a dick drastically drops from 10 million to a few $100. So Stay tuned in July, and we'll see what happens.
Can I just get a little McAfee virus software, folks? That'll really help keep you from getting the virus.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So yeah, played poker. Also, did not do very well. But probably the highlight of my week this last week was I was lucky enough to be at the conference that they have for the Bare-knuckle Fighting Championship. Was going to be here in Wichita. It's still going to be here in Wichita.
Just a lot later.
Yeah. So I got to meet a lot of friends of the show. I got to meet Joe Wilk. Wilk was there. I got to see David, the Caveman Rickles, again. Talked to him a little bit. Melvin Gillard was there. I pronounce his last name wrong all the time. I got to talk to LJ Hermrick. I got to talk to a whole bunch of guys that
Could kick the shit out of you.
could beat the ever living shit out of me. Absolutely.
I like all those guys.
So I did get to do that, but it was you could kind of see it. It was everybody was kind of walking on eggshells because it was so close. This was a Thursday whenever this event happened, and the fight was scheduled for Saturday, and they did everything that they were supposed to do. They did their interviews and stuff like that all over wherever they were, and it was kind of cool to see the media side of it and how they're trying to promote that. They had a big old stage and everything like that. It was really cool. So Nico Hernandez was actually there. He kind of dressed like a high maintenance diva kind of a guy.
Okay.
Stereotypical boxer. Floyd Money Mayweather would wear the same shit.
Yeah.
Kind of surprised me just a little bit, but it also
He wore
surprised me.
boxing gloves?
No.
This is a bare-knuckle event.
No, just
Mayweather wears boxing gloves.
aviator shades and a chain and stuff like that. I'm
Fur
just
coat? You have fur coat?
No, did not have a fur coat. Didn't score that fur coat thing though. But I didn't realize how tiny that guy is.
Yeah, he's like your size.
He's smaller than me.
If you guys had a fur coat, what fur would it be?
I don't know.
Pubes.
Polar bear.
You go with polar bear.
I'd go with polar bear.
You really do like the white. Wow.
Yeah, it'd be warm,
Sure would.
right? That's the way I'm thinking.
I wouldn't know. I care about the polar bears. I'm not going to kill them for their fur.
Baby seals.
You know what's weird? I find to be one of the weirdest inventions ever is they have faux fur.
Yeah.
You know, for people who don't want to use animal pelts
Yeah.
for their fur, but want to keep that their dirty little secret. They want you to think you're cool with it. You know how animal rights activists are always covering it up.
Right.
They don't want anybody to know.
Yeah. I would probably be that guy. Mm-hmm. The faux fur. The faux polar bear fur.
I'd go with dinosaur.
Dinosaur?
Dinosaur? Okay, I can buy that.
I'm going to take one out of the old Chappelle show and go with your mother's pubic hairs.
Okay.
That's what I would make mine out of.
Oh, that's gross. That's nasty.
There's enough for 2 coats in there.
Probably.
That was my favorite episode of the Chappelle show. The Time Haters.
Yeah.
Yes. If you haven't seen that, that's fucking great. That's Charlie Murphy's line. Nice coat. He's wearing the fur coat. What's it? He goes, it's made out of your mother's pubic hairs.
Oh, was that the haters ball?
The Time Haters. They were the Time Haters. The same guys from the Haters Ball. They were the Time Haters. And they go back in time and they held up a slave owner. He's like, reach for the sky, honky. Yeah. It's fucking great.
All right. And unfortunately that was when the good part of my week or my weekend kind of came to an end, because that is basically when everything started canceling
What happened?
or postponing.
I think that started, Monday or Wednesday. Wednesday it all started. Wednesday was the NBA.
Yeah, Wednesday was the NBA. And the thing was everybody, like I was saying, for the bare-knuckle fight, they were just walking on eggshells because they just weren't sure. Mm-hmm. They were not sure if the fight was going to continue on Saturday. And so we found out, I think Thursday or Friday, that they are going to postpone it till June 20th.
See, what kind of egos do these guys have? I mean, you don't have to have an arena to bare-knuckle fight. You can just go to Dave's backyard and fucking throw down.
Right. No, for
Film
sure.
it on YouTube. Live stream that shit. Let's go.
I'm good with that.
The amount of intense preparation that goes into getting ready for a fight like that and not getting to use it.
Yeah. It was you could see how bummed out these guys were.
Oh, and they're trying to bring something new.
Exactly. Bring something new.
Yes.
But a lot of those guys, maybe on the undercards and stuff like that, and maybe even on the uppercards, those guys are getting paid when they fight. So no fight,
No money.
no money.
Yeah.
So that's a huge thing that they were really trying to avoid. But
And it's not like those guys are making a shit pot of money.
exactly,
either.
exactly. This is a brand new.
That's XFL money if they're lucky.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah, Rickles was barely pulling in 7 figures for this thing, right?
right. I wish he is. I hope he is.
Certainly not Derek's lawsuit money.
No. What sucks is like Rickles sold a lot of those tickets hand to hand.
Right.
And now he's got to go through. And
So
all
now
right,
he's
this is
probably
what's
got the
going
fucking
on.
virus.
Yeah.
Doing it. You're supposed to use your elbows.
Yeah, you sell them elbow to elbow.
Right. Right.
Luda style. Throw them bows.
And so that was the first one that actually affected me because me and Jeremy and I had planned on going to that fight.
Yeah. Jeremy, you lucked out there.
I sure did. I mean, don't
Thanks,
worry.
guys.
We had seats. There was going to be a space between us. You know, gay buffer. I don't want because when men pummel each other with their bare knuckles, it just makes me want to fuck something.
Yeah.
Got to stay out of arm's reach.
But I will not go more than a chair's length to do it.
Okay.
I'm a lazy fuck.
Well, that's
Literally.
My mom always told me.
Literally,
Yes.
yes.
So that was the first one. Then I believe after that came the NCAA tournament because initially they were talking about how
No fans.
no fans. Last episode it just started. Whenever we did our last episode, you had conferences that were canceling their tournaments.
The only one was Yale. That was the Ivy
Ivy
League.
League.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But players started turning up positive for the virus, and then so they can't put them out on the court
right.
with each other.
Yeah. So it's a scary freaking thing.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah, we've got everything being postponed right now. We don't know when the MLB season's going to officially kick off, but they're saying it's at least going to be May,
Now I've heard almost it could very possibly be mid-July.
mid-July.
I don't know.
God.
You know, they're begging people to, you know, do as little as possible to stay at home, not go out, not get into big crowds. They just want you to stay at home. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I have literally been training my whole life for this. This is what I was born for.
Yeah.
Bring it the fuck on. Don't scare me.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see a lot of different things too now. And, you know, you're probably going to see a rise in esports, people playing that.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
They have the probably competitive masturbating. I bet that's one. I'm trying to break into that
Yeah.
a little
for
bit.
Sure. For sure.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of, I think, increase in homeowners insurance claims against people slipping and falling in puddles of their own jizz.
What? Okay.
That's the hazard of the profession, though.
Okay,
sure is.
but the
Yeah.
masturbation competition, like, what are the? How do you get a high score?
First
Gotta
off,
use your elbows.
it's not a masturbation competition. It's called a jerk off.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Jerk off 2020.
So, like, go for distance, go for speed.
Well, there's multiple different categories. There's technique, right? There's the freestyle and different things like that. And then
Right, there's kind of a race, and then there's also judges.
Yes.
On style and form and technique. It's a beautiful thing. It's art.
and don't worry,
It's
if you're
art
sitting up
in
close, there
motion.
are ponchos available.
Yeah,
So-
some people get a little Gallagher with it. Mm-hmm. Sledge-o-matic.
That's disgusting, is what that is.
I never cared for Gallagher, but I love Gallagher too. That's weird.
Like, wasn't that his brother?
Yes.
Yeah, his brother basically took
His-
the idea from
I
him.
believe, I don't know if he was like a year younger or if he might have been twin brother who did Gallagher's old material.
Right.
And at first was also, you know, advertising himself as Gallagher.
As Gallagher, yeah, I remember that.
And then there was a big deal about it. And
I remember that.
how just weird is it to only be a fan of Gallagher too?
I don't know.
I only like year-old material.
Yeah, that's kind of whenever the jokes start. You burn them at that point.
It's like having a favorite lip syncer.
Well, being that,
Yeah.
that Gallagher primarily did street jokes, you don't have to.
All right, fair enough.
He was like a worse Carrot Top
Right.
a way worse Carrot Top.
with a fucking money shot at the end.
Well, and also going back to baseball, with the postponing of the MLB season, it will also postpone the minor league baseball season as well. Which I know that some of the listeners aren't huge, AAA baseball fans, but it affects us because we were getting ready to have our first season of AAA baseball ever this season. They are currently building the stadium right now. They're finishing up on it, which I got a tour of that, I guess, this weekend
I finished
as well.
up on it last night.
I'm sure. It is
Talking about jerking off on it.
yeah, I'm sure.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's a fabulous stadium. There's so many cool things are out there, and it just kind of bums
Take it
me
easy
out.
on that.
What?
It's fabulous.
It's fabulous.
Tremendously beautiful stadium.
It's got a
We have
bar.
the best stadiums.
It's like got an enclosed bar out in left field that have garage doors that go up and down, so that way if it's a
It's
nice
got a
day.
closed stadium right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, the bar's not open either.
No, the bar's not open either.
50 people only.
Yeah. But
Yeah, that really sucks doing the wave. I mean, you get plenty of elbow room, but
Yeah.
anyways, it's
Anyways,
gonna be a
what?
cool thing whenever it does start up again for the baseball season. I'm really fucking excited just by seeing the whole stadium is.
That means all this
fucking
bullshit
amazing.
will be over. That's what I'm
well,
excited
and,
for.
That's
and
what I'm excited
That is
for,
the
too.
thing that everybody has to keep in mind. For the next few months, everything is just going to suck,
Yeah,
but we'll get through it. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of when.
Unless
and
you're over 50.
we can. Yeah. Well, do we really need them? But no, it's one of those things. Everything about it makes me sad. It makes me frustrated. It makes me angry. But I still have absolutely no doubt this needs to happen. I mean, they're doing the right thing.
by
shutting all this shit
shutting
down.
all this stuff down. Yeah,
It's when you have an epidemic like this.
pandemic.
I try to keep the pandas out of it. Again, animal
saying.
rights. Faux fur, Scotty. But
My bad.
Panda is probably the fur coat I would go with.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. And I want that real.
Okay,
And I
fair.
just want the white parts.
That's awful.
I just want the pouch. Because they are technically a marsupial.
Pandas?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Everybody knows that, Scotty. You fucking idiot.
I
What
thought
are
they
you
were
fucking
I
retarded?
thought they were a bear.
Anyways, well, they sure act like it. That's a big problem, actually, for people in zoos. They get used to the cartoons and shit of pandas, and they find out if they get too close, those are real fucking bears, and they'll respond like a bear would, and people get fucking banged into bars and shit all the time.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, where was I going with this?
I don't know why they're actually closing the sports down.
Yeah, I mean, it has to happen. And nobody's doing it to piss you off. Nobody's doing it to, it's not political,
Yeah.
like what a lot of people are thinking. Basically, if they can slow things down, like say one of the March Madness events went off, 15,000 people in one stadium. If a handful of people are infected, they can get most of the people in there
Right.
infected. And this disease is so fucking, what makes it scary, it's not that it's super, super contagious. It's that the virus is contained in like a mucous membrane, so it can live outside the host for hours.
Oh, really?
I thought it was 14 days it could live outside the host.
If it finds the right medium to soak into, but just airborne. So if you walk through the air that somebody has coughed into, you can pick the shit up and it'll stay alive and viable. And so that means you got 15,000, let's say 10,000 of them get infected. That means 10,000 people in that town are going to start getting real sick all at the same time.
Right.
They're going to overrun the fucking hospitals. And our healthcare system is not made to deal with that. Our hospitals cannot deal with it. They're already typically 70, 80% capacity anyway. They're not staffed for it. They're not equipped for it. And because they will be so busy with that shit, people who have immediate needs, heart attacks, strokes, gunshot wounds, car wrecks,
Yeah.
will not be able to get in.
Right.
And they're not going to get the care that they need. And those numbers on that kind of shit will go up because of the stress that just comes with a fucking pandemic.
Yeah.
Fucking panic
Yeah. Absolutely.
really comes out.
The other thing you don't think about is not only like an NCAA event is a perfect example, because at an NCAA event like March Madness, you have these people coming from multiple places in the entire country. So then they are going to
They're gonna take it back home.
They're going to take it back home, and it's going to spread even further that way. So no, I see why they're doing it. It sucks.
Yeah.
It really sucks, but it has to happen.
But that was the event that really drove it home for me. I was a little, Larry, like maybe we're overreacting, but the fact is in a pandemic, you would an overreaction will be a huge pain in the ass for people, and underreaction could be absolutely catastrophic.
Right.
And, when you
And that's how we started, was with an underreaction.
yes. And the thing is with the NCAA, okay, the best research hospitals in the world are the ones that are tied to American medical schools. Mm-hmm. These medical schools are directly tied to these same colleges and universities that make up the NCAA.
Right.
They have access to some information that maybe is not 100% conclusive yet, or maybe not official yet, but it's pretty solid research done by some of the foremost epidemiologists and shit across the country. So, every year the NCAA basketball, men's basketball, generates about $1.3 billion. I read this today, $1.3 billion in revenue. About 70% of that comes from the NCAA tournament. So they're leaving about $800 million on the table. If they're going to make that decision, this is something we should
probably do.
Sit up and take notice of.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's all I'm going to do is sit up and take notice. I've noticed it. Now I want to go sit the fuck back down.
I do want you guys to know that before the show started, I rubbed all of your microphones.
Oh, great.
So.
Can't thank
people,
you enough.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, we fucking made out beforehand. So, I don't mind a little smudgy microphone.
Yeah.
You gave me a mouth hug. I remember.
I sure did.
Great. Well, and unfortunately, with that being said, that makes there's not a whole lot of sports to talk about, which on this show we will find stuff to talk about. But with today's news, we do have some football stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I think football's trying, the offseason is like, you know what? You want to talk about closing all this shit down? We'll give you some fucked up shit.
There you go.
I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to outdo the craziness that is the world right now.
Absolutely. And we needed some entertainment, and Jesus fucking Christ,
He's actually coming back and playing for the Rams. Jesus is going to come back. He's going to play quarterback and a wide receiver. I don't know how that's going to work. He's always like, hit me, I'm open, So I'm like, Jesus. Yeah, come on, man. I know you're open. I can see.
You know how, like, Kurt Warner a few years ago had been bagging groceries and got, a tryout with the Rams and, got on the team. Just 2 years ago, Jesus was roofing houses. And here he is, right back in the NFL, right where he belongs.
Right.
Carrying the rock or the cross, whatever.
So
this is a Christian sports podcast. All we do is talk about what if Jesus played different sports. That's what
Praise be.
WWJP. What would Jesus play?
Anyways,
ping pong.
Definitely ping pong.
Think ping pong?
Actually, you know what?
Not hockey. He'd get tired. He'd get way tired of getting nailed to the boards. Heyo.
Jesus, could you imagine if he played handball? Fuck, it went through again. Guys, I got a headache.
I would say golf.
Golf? You think
I think golf.
Just because people are always shouting out his fucking name anyway on the course.
After they've been drinking. So we had a huge day in the offseason of the NFL. We had a lot of players moving, trading, signing contracts. It was fucking crazy. And I only wrote down some of them, so I'm going to need your help most likely.
Okay, well, we already know Jesus is a Ram.
Yeah, he's a Ram. The first one that tipped the domino scale was Tom Brady first thing this morning. He made a Instagram post, I believe. Okay. It was a post of some kind on social media. Basically,
MySpace, probably.
Yeah, that's what
probably
it was.
MySpace.
He's about the age for that.
Thanking the New England Patriots and their fans and the organization for, doing the sappy bullshit that every single player does whenever he's getting ready to go someplace else. So I think, in my opinion, that's what started the domino effect of everybody else.
He going to be a sea dragon?
He is not going to be a sea dragon.
Warhawk.
No. Not
Battlehawk.
Battlehawk?
Yeah, it's Battlehawk. Yeah.
Son of a bitch. It's not even Sea Dragon either. It's Seattle Dragon. You fucked that up and made me say that.
I did.
I still get a grin every time that I think about the idea of just like some sergeant. Men, today we go into battle. Now you line up here. You will each be issued one rifle, one pistol, one bayonet, and one hawk. You will be responsible for the safety of this hawk. Sarge, doesn't it seem like bulky and inconvenient? It's a goddamn battle hawk. We're going to battle.
Right.
Take your fucking hawk.
Right. So it looks like, as of right now, Tom Brady is going to be signing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm going to bet it's going to be a 2-year contract, at least $30 million per year.
Probably.
So I'm going to say $65 million is what I'm thinking he's going to sign for.
And he said it says here 7 different contracts in his career. He's never made more than $23 million a year.
Which is incredible for being
He's
the
always
best.
taking a pay cut.
Yeah, because he wants the best players around him. And we've said that on this show multiple times. Mm-hmm. But now, what the fuck happens to Jameis Winston?
Oh, he's on the block.
I know
if
he's
that
on the
happens,
block.
or no, I think they said that they're going to let him explore it. I think they declined his option, or he was a free agent, is what it was. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's free agent. He's not on the block. He's just a free agent.
But what I'm saying is, where do you think he goes?
Oh man,
I heard he had a contract offer from the same store that he stole crab legs from.
Publix.
Publix?
He's gonna go play for Publix.
Nice, special. With everything else that happened, because once that first domino fell, everything else seemed to kind of fall into place.
Well, there was a real bad one the day before Tom Brady.
Oh, that's right.
Tannehill was a horrible fucking contract.
Tannehill is going to remain with the Tennessee Titans
for like what, $108 million?
Too goddamn much money.
Oh, that was so
I
bad.
believe it was 4 years, if I remember correctly.
That was awful.
Yeah, that's bad.
What were the stipulations again? What were the terms of that?
Of Tannehill's,
It's like
I'm
four- is it
I want
four-
to say 4 years, 100.
108 or something.
Yeah, I don't remember. Derek, you get on that for us.
$108?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a bargain.
That's a bargain.
That's WNBA money there.
That's right.
I'm going to be honest with you. When I heard that they had made that deal,
118, 4-year 118.
4 years, 118. Whew.
I heard they made that deal, and then just almost immediately after that, I had heard that the Niners announced that they were not interested in Tom Brady. And I thought, okay, yeah, it's got to be New England. Slam dunk.
Sure.
There's nowhere else. Nowhere else had a real chance of a Super Bowl,
Yeah,
which I think is what he was after.
I think that is what
I
he
don't
is
think
after.
he has a shot at a Super Bowl with the Bucs.
Of
Oh
course
God,
not.
I don't either.
That's this whole deal makes no sense to me.
No.
The only thing that it makes sense is that he's going from the AFC now to the NFC, which is a clusterfuck when you look at it. He no longer has to. He doesn't have to play Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson to go to the Super Bowl.
No,
That's
he's got to
the
play
only
Drew
thing.
Brees
He's got. That's the only thing. And by the way, Drew
Same
Brees
division, isn't it? NFC
and Matt
South.
Ryan.
I
Yeah.
believe so. Yeah, and Matt Ryan. But he does have offensive weapons on the outside at Tampa Bay.
He does. He has Chris Godwin and
Mike Evans.
yeah.
But he also has Cameron Brate as well, who's a decent tight end.
That's your boy.
I like him.
He's got OJ Howard, who's a better tight end.
A more athletic tight end. I agree with you on that. But he has 2 tight ends to really throw to. He's back to the Gronkowski and the Aaron Hernandez thing. Mm-hmm. So he does have that. What he does not have is a running game. He has nobody behind him that I think you can. I think
Yeah,
that's
they
who
were
they're
still
gonna go
running old Boise State guy. What the hell was his name?
for. I can't remember.
Doug something.
Stanhope?
Yeah, Doug
that it?
Stanhope.
Baldwin.
Not Baldwin.
I'm just kidding.
I can't fucking remember his damn name.
I can't either. Martin. Thank you. Bam.
Yeah, Curtis Martin.
Damn, Gina!
No, but that's where I think they're going to have to get somebody somewhere. Then you have, I think also that same day you had Atlanta released Devontae Freeman.
Deontay Freeman or Devontae Freeman?
Yeah, Deontay Freeman. Sorry, I'm mixing them
Devontae
all.
Freeman.
Right,
The running back.
running back
Yes.
for Atlanta.
He was terrible last year.
He did have a terrible
Oh.
season, and only 2 years before that, 2 years prior, he was a stud.
Missed all the year, but all of not this past season, but the one before with a toe. Mm-hmm. And then last year he was dog shit.
He
And
was.
they tried to actually re-sign him, but due to a misprint on the contract, they signed Dwight Freeney.
Or Deonta Foreman, because there
Right.
is a Deonta Foreman.
Right, and I mixed them two up.
Yeah, you couldn't even be Deonta. That's fucking lazy. Mm-hmm. Is what that is. That's just lazy spelling on his parents' part.
Right.
Fuck them.
So that's I think where their target's going to be. That and probably to beef up the offensive line. The offensive line in Tampa Bay is not bad, but where they see they had so many games last year where they lost one score game, right? Mm-hmm. And it's because they think Jameis Winston was throwing too many damn interceptions.
Well, you had him with 30 and 30.
30-30.
Yeah.
So first quarterback I think ever to do that. If I
think
remember
so.
correct. 30 touchdowns.
I feel like
or more.
Favre would have done that.
He's like the Jose Canseco of the NFL.
Right. Absolutely.
He's 40-40, wasn't he?
Here's a confusing one. Case Keenum going to Cleveland. So what do you think's going to happen there? So Case Keenum
He's going
and
to
Baker
compete.
Mayfield
He's going to
compete for the starting job?
Absolutely.
I think so too.
I can tell you exactly what's going to happen. Browns are going to suck.
Yeah,
They're
I
gonna
think
play
so too.
Piss poor football and not even contend for the title again. Which
Who did they pick up? They picked up somebody else, and I can't remember who it was.
Austin Hooper.
That's right, Austin Hooper.
Nick Chubb,
Nick Chubb's still there.
he wasn't last year, was he?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was.
Was he?
Yeah.
And then they had Kareem Hunt last year, which I think he's a free agent. I think they only had him on a 1-year deal.
Maybe. But I think he's still in trouble, if I remember right.
No, he was suspended 8, and then that was it. He was good after 8
I
games.
think he got in trouble again in the offseason.
God damn it! What are you doing, Kareem?
I think it was a possession of a particular substance, but I can't remember.
Was it plutonium?
Yes, that was what it was.
Yeah, Doc Brown, that got him.
Yeah.
Got him shot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Poor Doc.
What were they? Serbians? Chechens?
What
I
were
think
they?
they were Chechens.
Libyans.
Libyans, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
One of the ends.
I mean, you got to get 1.21 gigawatts, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
1.21.
So basically, Phillip Rivers is also going to Indianapolis.
Yeah, I was wrong about that when I thought he was going to retire. 1 year, 25 mil.
Yeah.
Is it weird that a scientist couldn't pronounce gigawatt?
No, it just might be like a watt that pimps itself out, like a gigawatt. Like a gigolo. Gigawatt.
We are so getting right into potential racist territory with Scotty and his Nazi flag bullshit already. I'm not. I just
fuck?
don't want to. Scotty, just accept it.
No. Phillip Rivers going.
At least if he gets the tattoo covered up, that's a start.
I have no tattoos.
You have that big swastika tattoo on
Right
your
on
back.
it.
It's your
Right
whole
on the
back piece.
Right. Well, it's on the small of his back.
Right above his ass crack.
That's so awful. So what do you think about that? Phillip Rivers going to Indianapolis. In my opinion, I think if he goes anywhere, that would be one of the places that makes sense.
That you don't think Indianapolis is sold on Brissett?
I guess not.
Man, I don't know. I don't think Rivers is. I mean, I hope he has a great year. I don't see it.
I do. I think that Rivers had not. I don't think he had a whole lot of options last year in LA.
I'm not sold on Marlon Mack or any of their running backs, and he's way better off with Eckler and Melvin Gordon to take some of that pressure off, and he had guys to throw to in LA as well.
I don't think he had very many options in LA.
I'm not sold on Bernie Mac.
Oh, he was great.
He was awesome.
He never could finish his words. He'd just like mumble half of them.
I liked Bernie Mac.
I did. I liked him too.
I never knew him.
He was fucking great in Bad Santa. Oh yeah, ass fucking.
You ain't gonna shit right for a week
Anyway,
or a month. Was it a month?
Week.
Week.
It was a week.
It was
Yeah.
a week.
Fuck you, Willie, and your kinky ass. Last time I didn't shit right for a week.
Teddy Bridgewater going to Carolina. That makes things interesting.
The thing that makes it interesting for me is the Bears offered him a deal.
Teddy Bridgewater?
They offered him the same deal. They
Okay.
offered him 3 at 60.
Okay.
And he felt like he wasn't going to have a fair competition to start in Chicago, which is why he went with Carolina. So they think that they would have already gave Mitch the front runner part of that deal. But for me, in that situation, I know this is all about Carolina, not about Chicago. But for me, I feel like if Ryan Pace is going to pay him the same amount of money at $20 million per, you'd think he would. Maybe he's admitting he fucked up with Trubisky.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So-
The thing about Bridgewater, though, I don't think he would have been very successful in Chicago. He's not Polish.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Now, everybody knows that Bridgewater is a Korean surname.
Right.
It sure is.
But do you like him going to Carolina?
I don't. I know you love him. I don't think he's much of an upgrade. I think he is an average quarterback.
Really?
I really do. I want him to have all the success in the world, especially
great
after
story.
all that bullshit he went through. But I just think at best he's just an average guy. I don't think
Really?
he's any different than a Derek Carr or Cam Newton.
I think
or-
he's better than that.
I think Jameis Winston's better than Teddy Bridgewater.
Ooh.
I would
Wow.
take Jameis over Teddy.
I wouldn't.
I just don't think I think he's a game manager is what I think he is. I think
Well,
that's
and
at best. You know where you should have went? What would have been a great fit? New England.
That probably would be great, which is kind of my next question. Well,
we know how Bob Kraft feels about the Asians.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Koreans per se, but I know that down in Miami he likes beaches from the Asians just in general.
Right.
That might not surprise me if Jameis goes to New England.
Yeah, I'm one ahead of you. I think that's actually where Cam Newton looks.
The thing about
No?
I don't think so, Tim.
the bad part about playing in Carolina, from what I can tell, playing quarterback there, it makes you dress funny. The thing is they have a fucking workhorse of a running back.
Yep.
And which is perfect for a game manager. You can win with that.
Yeah, but god damn, you can't just let that guy just carry the load. He's gonna get hurt eventually.
I can do whatever the fuck I want, Scotty.
I feel bad. Cause
Why? He's the one getting hit.
Yeah, I know, but Christian McCaffrey, if he goes out, if he's done for a season because of an injury of just being overworked, eventually it's gonna happen. It's gonna wear on you. And if you don't have Christian McCaffrey, you don't go very far. You don't win
I'll
many
be
games.
fine.
All right.
Yeah, I don't.
This
I
is
don't
about
think-
me, right?
You don't like Bridgewater?
I don't like that fit.
All right. Well, I like it. I'm rooting for him. I'm pulling for him.
I'm rooting
Hope he
for
does
him.
well.
I'm rooting. That's weird too with your tattoo and everything, but I'm rooting for him.
But because Teddy Bridgewater's in the mix, where does Cam Newton go now?
I don't think he goes to New England just for the sheer fact that after games, Bob Kraft isn't going to know whether to hug him or have him jerk him off. During the press conference. Man, they're saying now that the Bears are the top spot that they think he could
For
go.
Cam Newton?
Yes, and I don't want him. I think Newton's done.
I do too.
I think he's been hit too many times. He had that one phenomenal season,
Yeah.
but after that Super Bowl, he just looked like he didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So much of what makes a quarterback effective, and everybody puts the emphasis on the arm, the arm strength. Not near enough gets made out of the knees and the back. And that's been what's plagued him these last several years. He's had a fucked up back and a real bad knee.
Well, they let him get the shit beat out of him, which isn't. I mean, he gets rocked probably more than any other. He gets hit harder than probably any quarterback in the league. And
Fucking slide.
So
Yeah.
even sliding, and they don't call shit on him. And I don't know what he's done to piss the league off, but I just think if he's going to go anywhere, he's got the permission to seek a trade. So it looks like he's on his own.
Yeah.
Him and his agent are going to have to find a team and see if they can make it work. But I think his best bet is to go somewhere that has a very good line that can protect him.
Which, in my opinion, would be
New England.
New England.
We'll see.
That's why I said that. And if anybody can turn a washed up player into a decent quarterback, it'd be the offensive mind of Bill Belichick. That's just my point. That's where I stand. Moving on, how about Mr. Marcus Mariota is going to the Las Vegas Raiders?
How about it?
Man, that fucked my whole thing up. I thought for sure it was going to be Tim Brady. I thought he was going to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You thought he was going, and I think that that super white trashy gal that I told you about, that video for the Vegas Raiders deal.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that meth head from last week.
The same person.
Speaking of which, that
Both
bitch.
you fucks watch your goddamn mouth. That's my new favorite person.
I'm sure.
Next to Mark Rubelet.
Speaking of which, that meth head called the bar 20 times after the show last week.
Good
20
God.
times.
Refer back to last episode.
Can
It was
I
great.
talk to the warlock?
At one point, I answered the phone with just an Australian voice. I was like, "Thank you for calling the bar. This is Nigel speaking. What the fuck do you want?"
Fuck yeah.
She's like, "Do you got a big dick?" I was like, "Oh, big dick swinging."
You got to start doing it with some magic shit.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Abracadabra, how can I help you?
Yeah, right. And is this your card?
thanks
Thank you for calling.
Is this your call?
Anyway,
Ace of Spades.
Give their change to them from behind their ear. Oh, look at that. There you go. $8.50.
Marcus Mariota, does he obviously backup quarterback in this particular situation?
I would think so.
Yep. Do they try to do anything with Derek Carr?
I don't think so.
You think they're going to hold on to Derek Carr?
What choice do they have?
With Mariota as the backup, yeah. Unless they're going to draft somebody, which they may draft somebody, but I don't think they're going to draft him early.
I think they're going to try to go after Matty Stafford. because he wants to. He
Carr
wants
for Stafford straight up though. Is that what you're thinking?
maybe not. I think Gruden wants his own guy.
Yeah,
And I don't think he's satisfied with, which is too bad. I like Derek. I like Carr off of the freaking.
Well, you want to talk about back problems?
What?
Fucking Stafford broke his.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I still.
mean, even if they draft a quarterback, I don't think they would want to put him in as a starter right away.
No, I don't think so either.
And I like to think that they've got their eye on me
Yeah.
to draft me.
You got one hell of a cannon there.
Late
Mr.
third
Jeremy
round.
Joseph.
By that I mean my dick.
Right.
Cannon. I call it my cannon.
No, I think Gruden's going to find a way to get rid of Derek Carr somehow. I think he's done with him.
I thought that, but with the guy they just signed, I don't know. Because, I mean, there's no way I see Mariota getting the starting job in Oakland.
I don't see him getting a starting job in the NFL. I'm surprised that he's a backup quarterback.
No, I think he's a serviceable backup.
Ugh.
I think he's just as good as fucking Ryan Tannehill is.
I think Tannehill's better.
So, and
Tannehill won
I
more
know
games.
I know
the
the record shows different, but Tannehill didn't throw the fucking ball.
Your Honor,
didn't-
let
it
the
was just-
record show.
Didn't have to. Didn't have to. Change the game. He didn't turn the ball over. That was the biggest thing. Just don't turn the fucking ball over. Give it to
Jesus
give it
Christ.
to Henry. Whole deal. Here's another person going to Vegas, Jason Witten. He's not going to be a Cowboy anymore.
How do you go from retiring last year to all of a sudden saying you're going to play one more year with Dallas and then go, you know what? Fuck it, Vegas, baby. How the hell does that happen?
He was in the
Just like
announcer's
that.
booth.
Yeah.
He wasn't even sitting on the sidelines working out. He was in the fucking announcer's booth.
Yeah.
That just is crazy. That's the guy the game is going to force him out.
Yeah.
He's gonna take a bad fucking hit and not ever gonna be able to play again.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's a guy that should not have ever played for a different team than Dallas.
I
He should
agree.
have been a Cowboy. He
And
should have retired a Cowboy, not one of those bullshit 1-day deals.
Yeah.
I think it's tragic that he's fucking going to any other team.
I do too. And I think it's I think it's absolutely stupid because you honestly think that if he makes it through this season,
He's not winning a Super Bowl with fucking Oakland.
well, not only that, but it's like, do you honestly think he's going to play another year after this season? No,
no.
absolutely not. There ain't no
I think
way
he's
in
going to
hell.
get hit. I think he's
I
going to
just
take a nasty
wonder-
fucking hit, and that's it.
I wonder if there is something going, if there's some money trouble or
Maybe.
something.
With
You know,
Dallas?
Just with Witten.
in personal life, because we always think of these guys as making so much money that they couldn't possibly have financial difficulties, but they make a lot of bad investments and all kinds of shit.
Fuck, look
He
how
may
much
not be
Romo
as
made
set-
in the booth, though.
Yeah, but Witten ain't no fucking Romo.
I was going to say,
No,
but
I didn't
Witten's
see
not
any of
good.
his broadcasts.
You never saw Witten's broadcast?
Were they bad?
He was
Oh,
mostly a
God.
sideline guy, wasn't he?
No, he was up in the booth.
Yeah, he was in the booth.
He didn't know what to do with his hands.
Ah,
He was one of those guys.
Was it like one of the jerk off booths at the
well,
Yes,
porn store? Yeah.
for sure.
What do you mean? Yes, you don't just jump on that. You didn't even know where I was going with that. I could have been a jerk off booth anywhere.
yeah, it could have been at a Wendy's.
Porn store, Wendy's, church,
Sure.
whatever.
All of the above.
And maybe part of it's Dallas having financial issues because they just paid Zeke. They signed Amari Cooper to a $100 million deal,
Right.
Just like yesterday.
Yep.
And then they franchised Dak.
Beautiful.
So, I mean, they're probably running into money issues as well. So maybe that's why Witten walks. But man, I don't like that at all.
I don't like the move at all.
It just seems so odd for a guy to hang it up, then come back, and then go to a team
Yeah,
that is so clearly not him.
right.
Speaking of washed up tight ends, the Bears made a splash.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they got Jimmy Graham.
I actually like that move.
I do not.
I like it.
He's done.
Who else did you have?
They could have paid. Jimmy Graham got $16 million for 2 years. Hooper got 10 a year for what, 2? I think he signed a 2-year deal.
A
with
2-year
Cleveland.
deal.
Yeah, you could have paid $2 million more per year and gotten Austin Hooper, who's much younger,
Yeah.
and better.
Maybe if they're kind of like thinking, the whole negative times a negative equals a positive.
Positive.
Right, yeah.
Totally.
Two worthlesses make a productive.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd go with that.
they didn't get their highest receiving tight end last year. I don't know if they eclipsed 100 yards. No shit for Chicago for the year.
Fuck.
For the year. Because Trey Burton was hurt, then they had Jasper Horsted,
That's who I
and
was
then they
thinking.
had
I was thinking of Trey Boo Boo.
and they had another guy. They had 3 or 4. Those are the 2 that stand out. And fucking, you got a guy that can't hit the broadside of a fucking barn throwing to him. So
Yeah, Trubisky will be throwing it way off target, but that's cool because Jimmy Graham's routes will be way off where they're supposed to be.
Perfect.
It'll be perfect. Like they just meant to just hook up. He's going to catch him in stride every time.
I don't think
Out of bounds.
I don't
That's
think.
what it'll be. In stride, running behind the bench. Yeah.
It's not going to be Trubisky. I really have confidence that it's
I
not
don't
going
think
to be.
it's going to be now
Yeah.
because of that Bridgewater deal. But I really fucking hope it's not Cam Newton. I'm still, people think I'm nuts. I'm all in on Dalton. I want Dalton.
You want Dalton? What about Foles?
I want Dalton.
Really?
I would take Dalton. Not for a long-term solution, but for on a 2-3 year deal, I would take Andy Dalton.
I like Andy Dalton, but he had weapons in Cincinnati.
He had a weapon.
AJ
He had
Green.
AJ Green. That's it.
He had Eifert for a couple years.
Eifert was hurt every year. And for the majority of the season. So I would take Andy Dalton.
I'd take Nick
And
Foles.
no run. He didn't have shit for a run game. Joe Mixon for a couple years, but so I would take Andy Dalton.
I hope they get Foles.
I do believe that the Bears are a quarterback from being a postseason team.
I totally agree there.
They did sign Robert Quinn to play opposite. They cut Leonard Floyd, who was another former bust that first round pick that Ryan Pace traded up to draft.
Nice.
Fun fact, since the year 2000, not just Ryan Pace is a shitty GM. There's also Jerry Angelo and Phil Emery, who preceded him. But they've had, since the year 2000, their number one draft choices in the first round that were relevant.
Ding the bell if you recognize some of these people's names.
Brian Urlacher.
Okay, that's
Ding. Tommy Harris. He was a Pro Bowler out of OU.
Okay.
And he was great for Chicago. Greg Olson,
Okay.
who they traded to the Panthers.
Right.
And arguably, you could say maybe Kyle Long, who they just released on, or put him on IR last year and then ended up releasing him, the offensive lineman. That's it in 20 years.
Mary Kate and Greg Olson.
Other names, I think, were David Terrell, Chris Williams, Gabe Karimi, Shea McClellan.
Oh, fuck, Shea McClellan's a fucking legend.
Oh, yeah.
Croquet,
yeah.
right?
You're right.
We're talking croquet?
No, linebacker that they, I believe, they trade up to get him, or they drafted him. I remember watching that draft. They were baffled.
Oh, well, he would have been a
Fucking
shit
baffled.
football player.
Rex Grossman, Cedric Benson, which I think was a bust.
Yeah. He's okay.
So
Are you fucking kidding me? Guy's going to be a Hall of Famer. You mark my fucking words. College Hall of Famer.
Kevin White.
But possibly the dumbest transaction was, what was that, the 13th? No, that was
The dumbest transaction was that fucking Tannehill transaction. That was the dumbest transaction.
That's maybe number one, but possibly number one dumbest transaction. Hopkins for David Johnson.
Yeah. Did they get picks out of it too?
They did have some picks, but all I know is that if you tried to make the same trade playing Madden,
It would reject it.
it would reject it.
I guarantee it would.
I
For
turned that
sure.
setting off.
And I believe the head coach Bill O'Brien,
Yeah.
if I remember right,
Who should not be head coach at all.
Correctamundo. That is the dumbest trade, I think. I mean, look at what you're trading away and what you're getting at this point.
I was trying to make a point earlier about that. Well, I was like, well, I don't know what Hopkins' contract situation is. I don't know if he's a free agent after this year. So I'm like, well, you get something for him if you're not planning on re-signing him. But I don't think the window's shut on Houston for winning a Super Bowl.
Okay.
So you've got DeAndre Hopkins there. Who knows how Lamar Miller is going to come back. But you've got DeAndre Hopkins and Deshaun Watson, who obviously have a phenomenal chemistry together.
And Will
Fuller, when he's healthy, that can stretch the field, and Kenny Stills.
Yeah.
So I don't understand this move. At first I did, and now I don't, because I think that is a team that should make the playoffs again next year and
I
compete
agree.
for a title. Now I don't think so.
I agree with you. But Deshaun Watson is kind of a wild card in there. If he has a great season, then maybe.
I don't know if he will without Hopkins. We're really going to see. As Bears fans, we're all, well, he's got Hopkins. Mm-hmm. We're going to see what he's got now.
So now what do you think about Arizona?
I think
Fucking
is
sucks.
it a state
hot.
where a lot of old people live and your driver's license doesn't expire until you're 65.
47th 40 or 48. That was 48th state.
Okay.
I trust you.
I believe you
Yeah.
too. Go ahead.
And
You could
now
tell
it's
me
just-
it's not even a state, and I'd be like, really? We got rid of it?
I heard somewhere that they fucking moved it to the bottom of the ocean by Hawaii.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the ship.
What?
Good job. I think
I've never been, so I don't know.
I'm curious to see what Arizona looks like.
It's a lot of
Larry
deserts
Fitzgerald's
and
still
suburbs.
Yeah, Larry Fitzgerald's ancient though. They've got Christian Kirk, Larry Fitzgerald, and DeAndre Hopkins, but now they have nobody running the ball. They have Peterson. If he's still there, they're going to draft. They'll draft.
They'll
a back.
draft a back. Yeah.
I think we got to talk about Fitzgerald, though. It is St. Patrick's Day. Him being an
Famous
Irishman.
Irishman, man.
I'd like to think he gets to come out on the field next year with a shillelagh.
Okay.
Just like a short walking stick that he can pick up and just club people with. Because he's got to be about hunchback by now, doesn't he? He's 62.
No, he's not 62.
His fucking cornrows are gray.
Yeah. But he's still one of the best to ever do it.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
So-
Back when he was competing with Red Grange and Whizzer White, guys
Didn't he?
like
I
that.
think he played with Pat Tillman. No shit. I think
Yes.
he
Oh,
actually
yeah, he
did.
did. He
Yeah.
did.
And Tillman's been dead for what? That was the Iraq War. Or Afghanistan. That was Afghanistan.
Yeah, 2004.
Yeah.
God, that's
I'm
crazy.
pretty sure he
2004.
played with Pat Tillman.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I want to say 16, 17 years.
When it first came out, it was him on one side, it was Fitzgerald, and Anquan Bolden was the other guy. And that duo was dirty.
And then
Kurt Warner
Kurt Warner, yeah.
was quarterback.
Took him to a Super Bowl. Almost won the fucker.
Yeah.
I remember
When
that.
in the first
Should've
round
won.
of the playoffs, they were having to give away fucking playoff tickets because nobody wanted to go see them. And then all of a sudden, the whole fucking city of Phoenix just got behind them
Yeah.
when they went to the Super Bowl.
It's like if the Rays fans just suddenly gave a shit.
Good Lord.
Yeah, Phoenix never wanted that team in the first place. I can't imagine.
It's a Cardinal. Who fucking likes a Cardinal?
Shut
not
the fuck
one person.
up.
I mean, look where they came from.
Yeah.
They did come from St.
Chicago.
Louis. Oh, that's right. They did
They
come from
started in Chicago.
Then they went to St. Louis, and then they went to Arizona. Anyway, but other than that, guys, that's really all I've got, unless I missed something that I totally forgot about.
Yeah, there's a couple things that you missed.
Oh,
What you got?
Your boys, fucking, what's going on with all your WSU players transferring? What up with that?
What up with that is I think we've got a couple of kids that
Got touched? Is that what's going on? Is it like the Catholic Church taking over Wichita State?
no, that's not what happened. So Eric Stevenson and Javarius Burton.
There's like 5.
Well,
transferring.
those are the two main ones. There's 3 total,
Okay.
at least that I've heard. But apparently they didn't get along with Coach Marshall, probably because he yelled and screamed and cussed at him.
I heard Shaq Morris came out and said some bad shit about Marshall too and didn't like him.
Possibly.
I heard he came out and said some bad shit about Penny Marshall.
Yeah, maybe.
Or Marshall Mathers.
Possible.
Oh, fuck.
You don't do that.
nuh-uh.
You saw what happened to Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
And he will vomit on your sweater.
Yeah. But no, this happens every year. There's always at least 2 or 3 that go now because of this particular deal. And it's unfortunate, but
I don't think he puts up with a lot of bullshit.
I don't either.
And I think that has brought him success in the past. But at the same time, I think it has a tendency to drive people away who aren't willing to play that hard-ass role.
I completely agree. I was a different player whenever I was, playing, but if my coach was ripping my ass and singling me out and ripping my ass, that told me something different than I think what it means to somebody now. I thought of it as I am better than this. My coach knows that I'm better than this, and he expects it out of me. And
It
so,
never meant that.
so that's the way
your
I
coach
took it.
just didn't like you, and he's
Yeah.
like, "You were cut. Why in the fuck are you still here?
Right.
Shave."
No, but and now said coach,
Sideburns.
I still talk to this day. He's one of my. I love the guy. I roasted him a couple of it's been several episodes ago, but I talked a little bit about that. But yeah, that baseball coach that I had, shout out Coach Jamie Fowler. He was the guy that ripped my ass harder than everybody else because he knew I was better.
And his
he was
dick was
hung.
biggest probably
Yeah.
out of everybody. That's why your asshole got ripped.
No,
So.
It was like a fucking baby's arm.
no, I was actually
Like a
taller
Red
than
Bull
he
can.
was. But anyway,
The other
It was
thing
like
too,
a thermos down there.
yeah.
the other thing too, they're talking about giving KU the national championship.
If they fucking do that shit, I'm gonna lose it.
I have only heard KU fans say that. This is
I
the
saw it
one-
on ESPN.
Oh, that's a bunch of bullshit.
Was it
And
a
Bill's
KU
bullshit.
fan saying it?
Bill Self said he would revel in it because it's one of the best teams he's ever coached. And
Fuck that.
And I was sitting here thinking the one good thing about all this is that KU didn't make the tournament.
That's exactly what I said. I got my wish. that KU didn't win a national championship. Fuck that.
It took an epidemic. It sounds like one of our shitty situations, and I still would have. I would have taken. Well, sorry, pandemic. I would have taken pandemic.
Well, the pandemic is an epidemic.
Right.
I don't know what the difference is. It when it crosses.
You should know this. You know everything.
Epidemic
National borders.
Epidemic is in an actual like location. A pandemic is worldwide. That's the big difference.
Oh,
An epidemic is in my epididymis,
Okay.
which is in my testicles.
Nice. Okay.
You're welcome.
testicle. Remember you had
Fantastic.
that deal.
Yeah.
No, but if they do that shit, I will not watch college basketball ever fucking again.
Yes, you will.
I know I will, but that's crap. How many of the best teams, some of the best teams ever, ended up losing a national championship because
Most of the time, the number 1 seed doesn't win it.
exactly.
Well, and I mean, the whole purpose of the tournament is to win the national championship,
Right.
not to be crowned. That's for fucking old school college football. Mm-hmm. And that was a huge source of complaints about college football. Somebody was awarded the national championship at the beginning of the season, and it was theirs to lose.
Pretty much is what would happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
lose
were-
one game, you're done.
If you were the number 1 team to start the season and you didn't lose, you were crowned the national championship, whether you beat the best teams or not. If you won them all, you got it.
Jeez.
Yeah, I remember. You'd have
and-
teams
oh,
going
another-
undefeated and not get any part of it. Yeah.
Another deal I wanted to discuss. $1.19 for a pack of Bazooka Joe. What do you guys think?
Inflation.
Yeah. Probably.
Have the comics gotten any better?
Did they have to? Fucking comics are always gold.
I don't know. Those Laffy Taffy jokes were catching up.
You can have both.
No, you can't
Dude,
have. You
can
can't
a
have your
world with
taffy and chew
variety.
your gum too.
Oh,
You
not
cannot
at the same
do that.
time.
No.
Obviously, everybody knows that.
God.
I'm not going to argue that. That's stupid. Of course, you don't eat taffy and gum at the same time.
Yeah. That
You
was
lost your fucking mind.
Yeah,
God
yeah.
damn it! I'm fucking out of here, guys.
So, anyways, let's move on to our segment we like to call. This is a wager of the week that we like to do. This is what do we call it? Ginger Crush's wager.
Ginger Crush's wager of the
I don't
week.
know,
Jesus Christ! Did you change the name of that one too, Scott?
It's a brand new fucking.
This is the Ginger Crush Wager of the Week, brought to you by Varshay's Lounge at 417 East Douglas in Wichita, Kansas. May all your wagers be lucky.
Okay, so this is the Laughing on the Sidelines Ginger Crush Wager of the Week, sponsored to you by Vorshay's Lounge at 417 East Douglas. Unfortunately, they are currently closed because of the current situation with the coronavirus. So, God, I hope this goddamn thing gets done quick.
Me too. I can't get drunk or watch sports. But if you're going to take away beating my wife, I might as well just off myself.
But anyway,
It's the simple pleasures, guys. We really got to take stock of what's important right now.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Beating your wife
No, not that.
with or without booze, preferably with.
God.
Yeah, because then you got an excuse the next day.
Right.
You can really make it feel like it was her fault.
So, what is this week's Ginger Crush Wager of the Week?
Who's more pissed off right now that the NFL has taken marijuana off of the banned substance list?
That's
and is
right.
no longer testing for it. Josh Gordon or Ricky Williams?
All right.
Scottage?
Scottage is going to go with probably with Gordon. Josh Gordon.
Gordon?
And the main reason why I say that is because he bounced around from team to team trying to convince them that he doesn't have a problem and he won't get caught. And then he just kept getting caught.
Okay.
And then kicked out of the league. That's where I'm going. I'm staying there.
Your money's on Josh Gordon.
I'm going with Josh Gordon.
All right.
I bet you he may try to actually come back.
Oh, I'm sure he'll try.
He'll try.
He'll probably get back.
I think he probably will.
Jeremy?
Jeremy?
Who's more pissed?
Listen, I don't like this subject in the first place. It's fucking devil's weed. It's a gateway drug. We all know that. God damn it. One day you're smoking them left-handed cigarettes. Next thing you know, you're sucking dick for ActiFed out behind a fucking bar somewhere. That bar's probably closed. Because of the drugs. They're just going to allow our fucking football players to do it.
Anyway,
Yeah, Josh Gordon.
Josh Gordon.
Josh Gordon?
All right. Derek?
I think Ricky Williams is probably more pissed.
Why?
Ricky Williams actually has been actually said on record the reason that he kept smoking drugs was because he forgot he wasn't supposed to because he was high. He's also inscribed as a memorabilia collector. He also does inscribe Dolphins helmets with like 420 and all that shit. And had he been able to, he quit because, as we were speaking earlier, because weed was more important. And if it really does help with pain, and as a running back, you get beat to shit.
Yeah.
I would say Ricky Williams is probably pretty fucking chapped right now that this is now not a problem.
Yeah, and the other thing is he probably won't try to make a comeback.
No, he's done. There's no way. He's fucking Larry
He's my
Fitzgerald's age.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
And Larry Fitzgerald, much like Danny Glover, I'm too old for this shit. But no, here's what was weird with Ricky Williams is the idea that he thinks it was, the love of smoking weed that took him out of the game and not the fact that he was an awful fucking running back who really couldn't live up to his own fucking hype.
He won a rushing title.
So the guy was the all-time leading rusher coming out of college. He fucking Heisman Trophy winner. He was so pissed off when he was not the Cleveland Browns' first ever number 1 draft pick when they did
Tim
the expansion.
Couch? That was the Tim Couch year?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because
Yeah.
I know Ditka was coaching New Orleans and traded the entire draft to get him.
I have never been more sure of anything in my entire life. I know for a fact that Steve
There goes
Gutenberg,
the phone.
when Steve Gutenberg played Indiana Jones, that I've never been more sure of anything. Those are the 2 facts I know in life. I want to say 1998, year of our Lord.
Year of our Lord. I don't know.
No, my apologies, 99.
5th overall.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But he
Look at Jeremy
he
go.
believed he was so strongly that he was going to be that number 1 overall pick and the first pick of the expansion Cleveland Browns.
Jeez.
And was really pissed when he didn't get it. That means you didn't have to go to the Cleveland Browns, you douche.
Right, exactly.
You go down to fucking Florida, smoke your fucking doobies like a fucking hippie.
It was the 99 draft year of our Lord.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I wonder if he was such a bust because it was Y2K.
Probably.
I bet so.
That's
it was
what
a
it was.
fucking glitch.
That was what it was. Either that or
In
he
the
was,
Matrix.
he was too fucking high. He thought he was that good.
Only 2 Hall of Famers in that draft.
Yikes.
You know who they were?
1999.
Not Ricky Henderson.
Yeah, Ricky Henderson.
Yeah, he was one.
the fucking
I
Oakland
said
A
not Ricky. Oh.
from 1978.
And Ernie
The
Davis.
all-time base stealing. It was not drafted in 99. You are right about that.
Richard Henderson. I have no idea.
Don't know?
No.
Should we go on to the next thing and let me think about it?
Okay.
All right.
Ooh, the number 2 pick of that draft was Donovan McNabb. Way to fuck that up, Cleveland.
Yeah, what did he ever do?
Right.
Went to a Super Bowl.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was our wager of the week.
Uh-huh.
Moving on to my favorite part of this show. This is what we like to
Is
call.
this where you get pegged?
No.
I didn't know. I didn't know if we were doing that on the new.
Ladies and
This is a brand new podcast.
Yeah, Pegging on the Sidelines, starring Scotty Gurman.
No.
It
that's
makes
not
us laugh.
No.
Yes.
No. This is Laughing on the Sidelines. That's what this is.
Right, we're gonna laugh at you.
You're
Get
going to
pegged.
get pegged.
Whatever.
Each week they go up to a different size.
Speaking
Yeah.
of how much I hate that, this is what we
Starting
like to
with
call
force.
our shitty situation. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is our shitty situation of the week, brought to you by StrikeForceEnergy.com. And anything else? No, just Strikeforce this time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come
10%
strike.
off.
Strike hard. Or
yeah,
No
Cobra
more cans.
Kai.
yeah. Anyway, so
And the Qualikai now.
the Qualikai.
Panda Kai.
There we go. We'll go with
Now
that.
there's a fucking vicious bear. That's also a marsupial.
One. Anyway,
Qualifer coat. I'm gonna change mine to Qualifer.
okay, fair. So, Jeremy, what is this week's shitty situation?
Well, we all know you guys have some gambling problems. Which would you rather bet on? Bowling or the new up-and-coming sensation that's going to be sweeping the nation? Something we haven't seen since the Macarena. Competitive masturbation.
Derek?
Oh, boy. I'm going to have to say I'd rather bet on bowling, and I'm going to take the Pete Rose stance on this. Because as an athlete, I imagine in competitive masturbating, you're not allowed to bet on your own sport, even if I never bet against myself and I only bet on myself to win.
Right.
However, I don't want anybody banging trash cans while I'm jerking off either, because I don't want my legacy to be tainted. So I'm going to say I would probably rather bet on bowling just so I could still have a chance at getting in the competitive masturbating Hall of Fame.
Yeah, people are going to be like signaling to you the oil configuration on the lane by beating on the trash can.
Yeah, and I don't want them signaling the lube configuration on the bottle by beating on the trash can while I'm jerking off.
This is what you're betting on, not what you're competing in. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I can't bet and compete.
I got you.
You see what I'm saying? It's Pete Rose.
Sure.
I got
That's
you.
why Pete Rose got banned. I don't want to get banned from masturbating, Scotty.
Okay, that's
Oh, my
fine.
God.
Can you
How
imagine
awful
that?
would that be?
That would be the worst thing in the world. Scotty's beard would be a lot more coarse.
The world is about to rip itself to shit. I have never been more turned on in my life. If I can't touch my dick,
And I mean, I'm a natural, guys. I'm just going to tell you. Like,
Ambidextrous.
Robert Redford's going to play me in a competitive masturbating movie with my dick, which I've now named Wonderbat. So,
he's going to shoot out the stadium lights with it.
yes.
Yeah, his dick actually gets struck by lightning.
Nice. Well
Yes.
done.
He's going to knock out that clock at Wrigley.
Oh, God.
And then a fan is going to assassinate me in a hotel room or attempt to.
You know what my favorite part of that movie is? The fact that they didn't even try to just use a younger actor to play him as a high schooler.
Yeah.
They fucking took a 50-something-year-old Robert Redford and just, like, put overalls on him. And that's it.
That's what they're going to do with me. I'm 38. They're going to take him to play me at 38.
Anyway, I think I'm going to go with I would much rather bet on competitive masturbation as long as there are female participants. There would have to be a women's league. I'd go with that.
Okay.
That's a what do you call that?
Squirting. That's what you call that.
They call that a...
That's pee, Scotty. I swear to God, that's pee.
That's one of those. Bowling is one of those quote unquote sports that I cannot get behind. I don't like to go bowling. I hate it. It's so frustrating, and I'm not very good at it.
That's like every sport you do.
Shut up.
Yeah. Do you think the women practice by beating a speed bag?
Maybe. So I am gonna go with. I'm gonna bet on female masturbation.
All right.
love the featherweight class.
Yeah. Well, much like Derek, I will be a competitor, so I would have to go bowling. Plus, bowling is what I watch to get up for the masturbating. Just something about it. They're rolling their balls around. A lot of splits.
Yeah.
Backdoor Brooklyn side. They're getting in all three holes.
Oh God.
Excuse me, guys. I gotta go. Let's wrap this up.
All right. Anything else?
Wrap it up!
Anything else that anybody else
And
has?
I'm done.
Stephon Diggs trade.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot that one.
Oh, and yeah, breaking news too. Kevin Durant.
Yes. Kevin Durant has now got the coronavirus.
Jeez.
And the Lakers are soon to be tested as well. The whole Lakers team will be tested. I know Durant's a net, but... And then, Stephon Diggs traded for 5 fucking draft picks. Or 4 draft picks. A first, a fifth, a sixth, and a seventh, I think is what.
Jesus.
And he was only on the second year of a $72 million deal, so Buffalo now has him for
Pretty well.
a little bit of...
Yeah, a little bit of time.
I just wonder, was somebody just fucking around there and, we'll trade him for a first-round draft pick? No. First and second? First, second, fourth? Come on. First, second, fourth, fifth? Oh, fuck. I didn't actually mean to offer all that shit. I was just fucking around.
Probably. But that is our show. We are Laughing on the Sidelines. You can follow us on Facebook at the Laughing on the Sidelines podcast. I'm going to get used to it. I know this is the first episode that we've had as that name. If you're watching us on YouTube, yes, we will have another banner, barring, other things don't close. Yeah, so that's our show. We will start changing other things like the Twitter handle and stuff. I promise I'll get better at that. And Instagram as well. Instagram's coming too. I think that one may already be at Laughing on the Sidelines podcast. But anyways, anything else? I'm sorry. I heard that.
The competitive masturbation, I will be wearing the bowling wrist brace.
Okay, deal.
Locking those two fingers in place.
Well, thank you,
You
guys.
should use Easy Slide or rosin. I know they're opposite effects, but it just depends on.
Right.
You guys should see the fucking hook I can put on this thing.
I'm sure. I'm totally sure.
I got it caught on a fishing line once.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening. Do us a favor. You are our advertisement. If you like us, tell your friends, tell your family. But if you don't like us,
In honor of St. Patrick's Day, I hope you find the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but it's not actually a real pot of gold. It's a tattoo of a pot of gold on your mom's puss, and you're next.
if you don't like us.
Tell your enemies.
And until next time, guys.
Fucking keep laughing, assholes.
Take care. Bye.